Hi, you guys. I hope that this video finds you well. My name is Confi, and welcome to the Light Bulb Moment. So, I haven't known yet what I'm going to name this video, but it was just a pressing issue in my heart after watching the reviews of the people. Please forgive the noise. I'm kind of cooking in the kitchen, so yeah, pardon me for that. But okay, so I was watching the reviews because I'm from South Africa and a lot of things are going on in our country at this point. So when I was just watching the news, and I realized that a lot of people had to say a lot of things about the sauna that happened, yeah, this last week, yeah. So it was so pressing in my heart that, why is the leadership in our country failing us this much and stuff like that? Because people were just talking about how they felt like they have failed, and there was a promise of employment and then there was no delivery of the same promise and stuff like that. And I was like, but then how do we know that which party to vote for? I'm pretty much sure that it's everybody's question right now, like which party to vote for, the one that's gonna be like effective with their promises in terms of delivery, service delivery, and it's a whole confusion. And I was quickly taken back to my own testimony as a child of God. I remember my father had just passed away. I was 13 years old when he passed away. I was doing grade 7. So I had all these, plans to go to the high school that I wanted together with my friends. It was going to be all fun and stuff. So we had plans, right? Nice. Then my father passed away, and those plans had to be cancelled because he was gonna sponsor for me to go to the high school that I wanted together with my friends. So I had to go to the local school, which was known for like bad behavior of learners. It was it was a different kind of a school. I never wanted to go to that school. It was famous. The kids were not listening to educators. Like the principal could be talking at the assembly, and other kids responding to him like with no respect and stuff. So I didn't want to associate with that. I really wanted the school that was famous for the good grades, good academic response from learners to teachers, teachers to learners, stuff like that. So my dreams were shattered. I was angry with God, with life, with my father for passing away at the time I really needed him the most. But that was for a short space of time, and I had to accept things for what they are. To a point that by the time I thought of buying uniform and registering, it was like 2 days before the school reopened. So literally uniform sizes were out. Like I didn't have proper uniform. So even shoes I didn't have. And also like looking at the situation at home was a bit disadvantaged, So I went anyway. Fast forward a few weeks after that, I'm just a kid who was just so distracted. Like I'm so angry, I'm not okay. And at that time, I was not even wearing school shoes because I didn't have school shoes. But we were told in my classroom that we had to elect a prefect who's going to be like leading us with a lot of things, representing us where need be. So it happened that people thought I was suitable. Well, okay. I tried saying no, didn't work. So the following week, we were invited to come so that we can elect our main leaders, like the LRC, Learners Representative Council for the students in the school. Okay, fine. So I went. When I get there, I'm thinking we're waiting for the big guys, the people who are famous at the school that, they've got this. Turns out people vote for me. I was like so young. I was the youngest, and I was so confused in the situation. And I didn't know that I could be able to lead well. I'm not saying I'm not going to blow my own horn, but I think leadership has got something to do with what God chooses, and He's definitely going to use people to elect you, to put you in a place of leadership and equip you with the resources that you're going to need to do well. He always checks the heart. He checks the intentions of people who are in leadership, and He's going to appoint His own leader. I was trying to testify my own personal story. I didn't know there was a leader in me. Then I just saw a confused child who wanted to go to a specific school, and I couldn't because of the situation. And I saw God making everything work together for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. So before then, I didn't know my purpose. But then I started realizing that, okay, God was really calling me, because I think a lot of things changed. Policies in the school. The first time I spoke as a deputy chairperson of the LRC, people listened. Like the whole congregation of learners listened. For the first time, they were quiet and listened to someone speak to them. I was just young, and the principal was surprised. Like, when I speak, people talk. Like, when you speak, everybody's quiet. And I indirectly didn't know that it was all the plans of God. God can help our country, guys. We need to humble ourselves and seek for His counsel, for His guidance as to who to vote for. And that person should be the one that God has already appointed for this position to actually bring our country back to how it should be according to the plans of God. That's just my belief. I was saying this because I for one, I know how to be appointed by people when I didn't know there was a leader in me. And until today, I'm having this channel because God still speaks. And maybe it was the purpose for this channel to exist, for me to remind my fellow South Africans that if we rely on God, He is going to respond to our devastating situation. More especially young people, don't just go and vote unguided by the maker of heaven and earth. Maybe seek for God's counsel. Even if you don't really know who to vote for, just say, Lord, just when I get there, help me to just pick the right person or the right party that you've already elected for the purpose of reviving and restoring our land, So God will never give us a snake when we're asking for a fish, We should just humble ourselves and ask God, we need peace, we need the love, we need everything good to come back to our country where we were able to work together, whether we are black or white, to know each other as human beings, to love each other, to appreciate each other, to have humility coming back to our hearts, because we're losing it. We're losing each other to the social media. A lot of things are just going on. But if we have God guiding us, then we are not lost at all. We are on the right track even when things don't look like that. God is doing something, and we need the youth that's going to rise up and say, Lord, I need you to guide me in my decisions, in all the decisions that I make. Don't include God in some of the things and exclude God in some of the things. Don't say, for the voting, that's my business, and for the relationships, God, please guide me. But why are we excluding God? We should just let Him be in charge of everything. He says that He is the one who guides the righteous, into making the good decisions. So lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. All your ways, including voting for the party that is going to restore our land. So that's just what I had to say to you, my fellow South Africans, and I hope that we take this into consideration, that God is in charge of everything, and He wants us to acknowledge Him in all our plans and decision making. It's a big decision to make. You may take it lightly, but it's not as light as it seems. It's not as simple as just going to put a cross on that party that you want. It needs to be guided by God, who already knows the future, So, from me to you, that's the light bulb moment that I had to share with you guys, and I hope that you take it into consideration to just pray. Take time away from a lot of things. Pray, God guide me. I need to make the right decision in terms of my voting, because that determines a lot of things. It's your generations on the line, it's the people who are coming after us on the line as well. They need to know that there's a God who is in charge, whose presence is everywhere, and everywhere is in his presence. Thank you.